Now let's dive into what we call the S mount. We've got two variations to make that happen, okay? So if Coach Brandon's laying down right here, I'm in the mount position, and I like this because sometimes he's gonna get squirrely or he's gonna get slippery. He can also be extremely strong or also extremely explosive, okay? So we wanna control that. So when I'm in this position, what I'm thinking about doing is getting him onto his side, okay? So when I do that, it's actually gonna impact more weight on him. This is exceptionally great when you have really long legs and long femurs, because right now I can tell you it's pretty comfortable, right? I'm not putting a lot of weight on him in this position. I can put a far more, right, in side control or knee on belly or something, okay? So I wanna increase pressure, increase weight, okay? So first thing to look at here is if we go sideways for you, we got 3 different mounts, okay? So this, my knees are closer to his hip line, okay, or his waistline. This is kind of the boundary for the low mount. So my knees can be here, or sometimes if his legs are up, people even go inside and they'll start to grapevine. So this would be considered low mount, okay? Once my knees move up closer to his floating rib cage right here, right, that's gonna be about middle mount. And what we're really concerning ourselves with right now is what's called high mounts, right? So that would be something where my knees are up in his armpits, if you will, okay? That allows me what? Already more pressure, right? Because I'm starting to really sit up here on his chest, okay? Now, to kind of deal with the slip factor, maybe his strength, his explosivity, or anything like that, what I want to do is make sure that I can kind of close him up and crumple him up, right? So we want to fold him up to make that happen, okay? So when I take this position, what I'm thinking about doing is a lot of times I'm scooting one knee up and trying to engage with that shoulder, okay? Sometimes you can set it with the underhook in place. You can go here if you want, right, which is fine, or you use the leg. I also like to take the arm and start to kind of move it around. So a lot of times you're here with somebody, if you start kind of suffocating them in this position, they'll put their arms up to kind of create space because they don't like to be in that vacuum of just heat, right, okay? So once you kind of have something to work with on this line, we can start to rotate him from one side to the other, right? So he's flat now, I want to bring him to one side or the other, right? So as I do that, I start to kind of bring my knee closer underneath his shoulder, engaging from maybe middle mount up into high mount, okay? As I'm doing that, I use my body to push this arm across, and I slowly start to pick him up. I love it because that allows my hands to be free to hit, to attack, or to balance and base, okay? Once I kind of get that engaged, I can use my hand here to help. I drop that knee down, and what I like to do is lift this knee up, okay? This position right here allows me what? A little more sitting, right? It's still not totally uncomfortable for him, but I get a really good spot, right? Short punches here, big punches here, arms are available to then be able to do what I need to do, okay? So let's recap on that real quick. So I'm here in this position, right? Once I kind of set down on him, he'll start to engage. Whether that's under and overs, right? Double unders, whatever it is, he will engage with his arms somehow, okay? Anytime I start to go like this and just kind of flat base on him, he'll create that little bit of space for us, which is great, okay? Now remember, I'm gonna go from about middle mount with this knee, I'm gonna start sliding it up and rocking his body that direction with my chest, okay? Once I start closing that up, I can assist a little here, and once I know I've got that line, I will set this one up like that. Notice how it picks up that arm when I do that, right? It gives me that angle and that position, okay? All right, now once I'm here, you got multiple attacks, but since we're covering the arm bar, pretty simple, all right? What I wanna look at doing is making sure I do what? Same thing I did from knee on belly. Secure the head, secure the arm, right? Okay, all I have to do from this position is then kick that foot over the line, right? I hang onto his head, and as I fall, I still have everything tight, okay? You'll notice this hand is digging deep right here, and this hand is holding on so he doesn't slip away, okay? As I do that, I just slowly expand. I let go of the head, I maintain pressure here, and this slides right up into position. Everything else is the same now, right? I'm hamstring curling, I'm squeezing my knees, I'm holding this line down, and when I feel that stretch that's already there, right, all I'm gonna do is bridge up 1 inch to be able to set the arm bar and be done, okay? So one more time for that one. We're here. Again, I'm in this position, right, okay? What I wanna do is what? Create a little bit of suffocation on him, create some body heat, which is good. He's uncomfortable, that's great for me. Go from middle mount to high mount with that knee and try to lift it as much as I can. Then I can assist with that hand, put that knee down to block it, okay? So from middle to high, that knee blocks. This knee starts to come up, and you notice how it brings up that one, right? There's more attacks I can do. He has more things to worry about, okay? Then what do I wanna do? I wanna feed in, secure this position, hold the head, hold the arm, okay? All I wanna do is then kick that leg over. So the more weight I can put onto this side, the easier it gets to throw this leg over the top And then literally all I'm gonna do is sit back down, boom. I hold everything I've got, right? Start to slide out of the hands, lay back, slide this one up, capture, capture. Hamstring curl, knees together, a 1-inch bridge, and that gives you your arm bar, okay? So that's gonna be your first option on the S mount. That's gonna give us kind of a good sitting position, but more importantly, taking us from middle to high mount and really trying to suffocate him, get rid of the slip factor, right? Get rid of the bucking and the explosion, right? And all that kind of stuff, and give us what? Far more tax than we had last time, right? So just cool. Try that one out.